Have scheduled. It's a fairly unique event. You know, Rob and I just kind of brainstorm from time to time, and it coincided with a time when John Troast here had contacted me about doing a show, and we're like, hey, let's try to get John to play, but also share some of his story. He's got a great story about some of the recent struggles he's endured, but just want to welcome you out tonight. The evening obviously we're going to have the concert first, and then we'll have a brief intermission. Out in the cafe, there's some refreshments. John has his merch table. So be supportive of the art that he produces through music. He's got some unique knickknacks. He's got some t-shirts and CDs, of course, but then he has these little, like, pouches. What would you? Little pillows. It's like a micro pillow, which I determined are really great, like, juggling things. So I think they're $3 each, but there's a 3 for $10 special, wink, wink. So yeah, go out and support John during that intermission. I think it's fairly self-serve. He has a toaster out there that you can put your money into. And then after the intermission, we'll come back in here for the mental health portion, the Q&A. We have several panelists who have agreed to come and share their thoughts on some difficult questions that we face with mental health issues in our culture today. And then also during that Q&A portion, we will have childcare available. I would say that Q&A discussion is probably for kids ages 10 or 12 and above. Your kids are welcome to attend at your discretion, however. But without further ado, let me introduce John Troast. I was introduced to his music almost 10 years ago when I was a student at Indiana Wesleyan. And I remember it was in my senior year. I was an education major, and so I was hard at work putting together my student-teacher portfolio. And it's like, hey, you know, let's play some background music. And I had just heard of this guy, and I downloaded a free CD that he had available. It was called Second Story. And so I'm listening to that as I'm working, and I'm just like, wait a second, this is good music. And for me, you know, like listening to different bands and musicians, you know, you hear a song maybe 8 to 10 times, you know, like what's the shelf life of a song before you're like, okay, I don't want to hear that song in the next decade, you know? You guys know what I'm talking about? You hear songs and you're like, okay, I'm done with that for a while. John's music is unique. He has such great lyrical content. The music's great. I still listen to songs from that original album, Second Story, and I still hear new things in those songs. And to me, that's a really high mark of praise for any form of art, if you can go back to it time and time again and still pick stuff out of it. He's got a lot of great songs, a wide range of styles. He has, like I've said, he has songs that'll make you laugh, songs that'll make you cry, songs that'll make you think. He's got a lot of great stuff. So, without further ado, please give John Troast a warm and enthusiastic Upland, Indiana welcome.
Well, thank you very much. This is different than my usual setting. This is really cool. Quick background, I've been doing house concerts, I guess you'd call them, living room concerts for about the last 10 years. So this will be a slightly different setting, but they did bring a rug out, so I feel fairly comfortable. But yeah, I live in Nashville, Tennessee. Big news for me, I'm getting married in 2.5 weeks, which is, thank you. My mom is also very excited. So I'll be moving to Bloomington, Illinois. So I'll be a neighbor. But I'm going to tell stories as we go, but I'm just going to jump into with a song. First, I'm going to sing a song called The Most, which is off that Second Story album that Kevin mentioned. Kind of one of my old classics, we'll call it. Some of you have never heard it. Maybe most of you, which is fine. All right, here we go. This is called The Most. Well, I love the first part of the last part of the day, when things begin to close, 'cause I know there's one place that's open all night long, and I love you the most. I love sleeping in pillows, pajamas, and bathrobes, and fans spinning on I love scrambled eggs, pancakes, brown sugar on my toast. But I love you the most. Well, I can't stand being so far away from you. So I guess there's one thing I need to do. I need to find a way for you and I to always be close. Because I love you the most. I love sunny days with lots of rain, puddles for paper boats, watching the March wind take my kite up to the blue. I love open roads, city streets, highways down the coast. But I love you the most. Well, I can't stand being so far away from you. So I guess there's one thing I need to do. I need to find a way for you and I to always be close. 'Cause I love you the most. I love the nightlife, dancing, meeting up with old friends and talking about the old days. I love staying home, the lights down low, making stories of our own. Because I love you, yes, I love you. Will you love me the most? Thank you. Thank you. I feel so spoiled right now. I normally, after my first song, I have to ask, like, hey, is the volume good? Do I need to turn it up and down? But I've got a sound man. I am a king today. Thanks, Abram. All right. I also usually ask questions and stuff, which I don't know. We can do that tonight. I guess we'll see how it goes. I can't see you quite as well. But if you have questions, you're welcome to shout them out. I guess we will get to some of that in the Q&A afterward. But if you have questions about the songs or a request, feel free to let me know. I don't have a set list. I'm very unprofessional. I just kind of wing it. So speaking of winging it, I'm going to do a new song here. This is one off of my album titled G. I'm working my way through the alphabet. So I've currently sold out of the A album. It's still available on iTunes and Spotify. But as far as the CDs go, I don't have that one. But I have B through G here. And then H is almost done. I've got a roadmap for the next 10 years. But G is, the most recent album that's available, and I'm going to do a few songs off of that because it ties in well with kind of one of the reasons that we're here tonight. Just my journey, the last couple years, the battle with depression, and we can get into more detail later, but I will tell you that I'm actually grateful for it, which maybe sounds bizarre, but the things that have come out of it, it was the hardest thing I've been through in my life, but it was also, a lot of wonderful things. Just the reminder that everything is a gift. You kind of come out of it with a whole new appreciation for everything, the breath that the Lord gives us. So that's kind of where this song came from. It's called I'm Giving You Everything. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you everything, everything, everything. 'Cause it's all yours anyway. It's all yours anyway. I'm giving you all of me. I'm giving you all of me. I'm giving you all of me, all of me, all of me. 'Cause I'm all yours anyway. I'm all yours anyway. You give me every breath. You guard my every step. Without you, I'd be scared to death of dying. That's why I wanna sing. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you everything, everything, everything. 'Cause it's all yours anyway. It's all yours anyway. You hold my beating heart. Your grace lights up the dark. Without you, I fall apart. There's nothing much in what I bring, but I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you everything, everything, everything. 'Cause it's all yours anyway. It's all yours anyway. What do I have that wasn't given to me? You're all I have. So help me give in to you. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you everything, everything, everything. 'Cause it's all yours anyway. It's all yours anyway. I'm giving you all of me. I'm giving you all of me. I'm giving you all of me, all of me, all of me. 'Cause I'm all yours anyway. I'm all yours anyway. 'Cause I'm all yours anyway. I'm all yours anyway. Yeah, I'm all yours anyway. I'm all yours anyway. I'm giving you everything. Thank you. All right, well, I know there's some kids out there, at least a few. This next one, the song I wrote in 2009. I did a tour. I'm going to mention I do mostly living room concerts, which, if that's a foreign concept, it was to me when I started. But I basically just, walk into people's homes and sleep on their couch and eat their food. It's a pretty great gig. It's been wonderful. I remember the first tour I did. I was very cautious. Like, I sent this email out, just, hey, would anybody be interested in having a concert in your home? I was looking for an audience, a listening audience. So many times I'd be playing in a place and just kind of scan the room and didn't know if anyone was listening. So I thought, even if it's a couple of people, I'd rather do that if I know there's a connection. So sent out that email. Thankfully, people said yes, but I was still a little cautious because some people say, oh, yeah, we'd love to do a concert, and you're more than welcome to stay at our house, and they were very welcoming that way. But I always left it open, like until I got there and scoped it out. It's like, yeah, I might stay there, thanks. You know, I might drive on to the next one, depending. Kind of just. But now I'm like, sure. If somebody offers, I've done almost 1,000 house concerts, living room concerts, and just had some wonderful, generous hosts. And sometimes people, depending on the schedule and all that, it varies. But there are times when people will have to leave for work in the morning, and I won't have to be anywhere. And if they needed me to leave, that's fine too. But sometimes people are like, hey, just lock the door when you leave. Here's the pots and pans. Make yourself breakfast whenever you want. It's just kind of been a really refreshing thing, I guess, going into it being fairly scared of staying at people's houses. And yeah, it's been kind of a refreshing experience. So anyway, in 2009, I did 100 concerts in 100 days, which was a crazy tour. And after that, I wrote this song, just seeing this spectrum of different family situations. You know, sometimes it's both parents working, or one of them working, and or homeschooling, or one of them was I guess you call it a daycare, where parents dropped their kids off at the house when I was sleeping on the couch in the living room, so I didn't get to sleep in that morning. But one of the things that stuck with me after that tour, and from all the touring, is just the unique role that a mother plays in a home. And again, just across the board, different settings, but something special about my mom's role and a mom's role in a home. I grew up in a family of 7 kids, so some of this is directly from my upbringing, but some of it was just from kind of observations on the road. So this is an early Mother's Day song, I guess. They call her the miracle worker. They call her the one with the healing kiss. She holds the whole thing together. She can balance the weight of the world on her hip when she's got it all under control. They call her Mama, when will supper be ready? Mama, can you please come get me? Mama, when's Daddy coming home? When's Daddy coming home? Yeah, Mama, and she comes running. Mama, whenever they need something, Mama seems to be the easiest word. They call her the heart of the home. They call her the queen of the clean and dirty laundry. She picks things up wherever she goes. As long as she's around, no one has to worry. She's got it all under control. They call her Mama, when will supper be ready? Mama, can you please come get me? Mama, when's Daddy coming home? When's Daddy coming home? Yeah, Mama, and she comes running. Mama, whenever they need something, Mama seems to be the easiest word. Well, Mama's got a lot to do, and it don't always get done. So before you ask for more, hang on a second, son. But even when she's busy, someone sounds the alarm. There's always room in Mama's arms, yeah, yeah. All right, if the kids want to join in, or the adults too, I guess, on the mama part, feel free. You can just yell it out like you do. Here we go. She's got it all under control. They call her Mama, when will supper be ready? Mama, can you please come get me? Mama, when's Daddy coming home? When's Daddy coming home? Mama, and she comes running. Mama, whenever they need something. Mama is easiest again. Mama, when will supper be ready? Mama, can't you please come get me? Mama, when's Daddy coming home? When's Daddy coming home? Yeah, Mama, and she comes running. Mama, whenever they need something. Mama seems to be the easiest word. Yeah, Mama seems to be the easiest word. Thanks, Mom. All right. Now that we've warmed up our vocal cords, let's do a sing-along song. This is just a kind of a call and response thing on the chorus. And the words for the chorus are loving someone feels like heaven. And you just repeat after me. We'll start with the chorus, just a little rehearsal. So loving someone feels like heaven. Here we go. Loving someone feels like heaven. Very nice. All right, so anytime we hit the chorus, just jump in with your part. Look at me. I gotta tell you something, can't you see? Darling, please, I gotta say what's on my mind. Here I go, loving someone feels like heaven. I'm not sure why I have never told you this before. So once more, I gotta say just how I feel. Here I go, loving someone feels like heaven. Well, I know my friends might make fun of me, you might not understand it. Here I go, I gotta tell you one more time that loving someone feels like heaven. All right, so now we're gonna switch it up just a little bit. Hopefully you got the words memorized, so you'll sing with me my part, no echo, everybody singing together. And then after once through, I'm gonna do something different, so you'll carry my part. So loving someone feels like heaven, everybody singing together. 1, 2, 3, everybody. Loving someone feels like heaven. All right, keep that going, please. Loving you is such an adventure, like someone said, look, keeps getting better. Feels like I could sing this forever, 'cause heaven's got the time again. Loving you is such an adventure, like someone said, look, he's getting better. Feels like I could sing this forever, 'cause heaven's got the time to more. Loving you is such an adventure, like someone said, look, he's getting better. Feels like I could sing this forever, 'cause heaven's got the time. Last one. Loving you is such an adventure, like someone said, look, he's getting better. Feels like I could sing this forever, 'cause heaven's got the time. Nice. Well done, you're hired. Okay. This next one I'm going to do, I mentioned I have 6 siblings, 7 kids in my family, and 4 of my siblings were adopted. both of my sisters and two of my brothers. And my folks were in the process of adopting my sister, Asha, from Bangladesh. And the adoption got put on hold because of something with the government over there. And so while we were waiting to find out what would happen with that, the agency asked if my parents would be willing to adopt a little boy who was born in Michigan, which is where we were living at the time. That was much closer than Bangladesh. So my parents agreed to adopt this little boy, my brother, and then right after that, all of a sudden, my sister's adoption was all worked out as well, and so she and this whole group of kids that were scheduled to be, planned to be adopted were able to come, which was wonderful, except then my parents had two. I was about 5. I had a brother who was about 8, another brother who was about 2, and then my sister was about 13 months, and my brother was about 4 months. So they were coming at the same time, which my parents went on to adopt 2 more. So it's not that they didn't want to adopt 2, but at the same time was not what they had planned. And particularly for this song, they had also, the cost of that can be pretty expensive. And so they hadn't planned to pay for 2 adoptions at the same time. So one of the things they did to help pay for my sister's adoption is they sold my mom's diamond ring, wedding ring, and got money from that. Which again, I was 5. Up until about a year ago, I really didn't understand the significance of diamond rings. But I grew up knowing the story, and looking back, I'm real grateful to my folks for that example that they set, and it's a great reminder of the value of people versus things, and I think it's a great symbol. It's a very specific story, but it's also a great symbol for the sacrifices that parents make for their kids, whether it be time or money or a dream or a plan that they originally had and then thought, that's probably not the best for the kids or for the family or whatever. So hopefully this resonates with you as well. It's called Wedding Ring. My mother had a lot of love. She and my father had more than enough. They heard about a little girl. She was an orphan in another world. But love makes money seem so poor. There wasn't any way they could afford to give that girl a single thing. So my mother sold her wedding ring. You sparkle more than any diamond. I wouldn't trade you for the world. What are your dreams now? Go and find them, my daughter, my daughter, my wedding ring. It's been years since she arrived, and she's brought so much joy to all our lives. My little sister, all grown up, she is a beacon to our parents' love. You sparkle more than any diamond. I wouldn't trade you for the world. What are your dreams now? Go and find them, my daughter, my daughter, my wedding ring. My mother got another ring. It doesn't mean that much of anything. The love that it's a symbol for is seen much better in that little girl. You sparkle more than any diamond. I wouldn't trade you for the world. What are your dreams now? Go and find them. My daughter, my daughter, my wedding ring. You sparkle more than any diamond. Wouldn't trade you for the world. What are your dreams now? Go and find them. My daughter, my daughter, my wedding ring. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to do another one off of the G album. And again, we'll probably talk more about this later on, and feel free to ask more about it. But I'll tell a little bit about the last couple years for me. So basically, May of 2015, my youngest brother, actually the one that was adopted at the same time as my sister, he died unexpectedly. He struggled with a lot of different things, but it was an unexpected thing. So he died in May of 2015, which was, I've generally been spared a lot of that kind of grief in my life up to that point. But that kind of just turned the world upside down. And then about 6 months later, I guess it was October, 5 months later, 6 months later, I met my now fiance, which is very exciting. But that was just kind of just like this, yeah. I'm 40 years old. I've hardly dated. So that was a big thing as well, to happen within 6 months of each other. And I was living in Nashville, and she was in Illinois, so we were doing the long-distance dating thing and getting pretty serious, and looked like I might be moving there at some point. Didn't quite know. But then basically May of 2016, almost a year to the day after my brother had died, I went into a major depression, which is not something that I had experienced in my life. I would generally say I was a pretty upbeat, optimistic personality, which is also just the grace of God. But it also, more importantly, it wasn't something I was looking for. Because looking back, there was probably some things that were like, okay, yeah, that was actually this next song. I wrote the first verse a couple days or a week, basically before what felt to me like an out of the blue breakdown. And if you listen, it's very clearly somebody that's in a hard spot. But I remember writing it and thinking, oh, this could be helpful for somebody. Not really applying it to myself at the time. And then, so what happened for me, it just, I really didn't know what was happening. I had basically just broke down, drove to my parents' house in Michigan, and for months, kind of, there was a couple months where I don't feel like I slept at all. I mean, I know I did, but I would just lie there and kind of turn back and forth until it got light, and didn't feel like I ever woke up from being asleep, and just kind of progressively got into a darker and darker place. Met with different people. My uncle's a counselor, met with him, and a psychologist, and that sort of thing. And for me, what was helpful eventually was getting on medication, which is normally I like to think like if I exercise and eat healthy, then I'm good. But sometimes medication is very helpful and needed. And for me, that got me back to a place where I could at least start processing things. Because I would dig into, I didn't know if I had some unconfessed sin in my life or just was in this really internal loop. but I would try to read scripture and it would just terrify me. So the medication got me back to a place where some of that stuff could actually sink in. And I would say the way that the Lord grew my faith probably wouldn't have happened if things had gone smoothly. And that's partly what I was talking about as far as being grateful for it. The vulnerability that's come out of it, after I did eventually get better, I went back to Nashville and just to share that with friends and admit, like, yeah, I was, from a human standpoint, I mean, I was helpless, pathetic, whatever you want to call it. My parents were cooking all my meals for me. But to be at that place and realize that you're completely helpless on your own is not comfortable. But for me, the Lord did some great work through that, and I think that's just a reminder that that's where we are really all the time without Him. So yeah, I'm trying to think about how much to say here. Feel free to ask me more about it either at the panel or afterward. I've loved just sharing because I think it's something that a lot of people don't talk about, and I'm not advocating just sharing with everybody you meet, but yet I think a lot of times even with our friends and family and that we just don't want to admit that we need help or that we're feeling bad or whatever it might be. And so as I've been playing house concerts since I got better, just sharing it, it's pretty amazing how many other people will come up afterward and say, you know, that either themselves or their sister or whoever it might be struggle with it. And there's definitely some stigma around it. I mean, I had major depressive disorder is what they call it, which is not something that you want to say that you have. But yet, yeah, I think that's that vulnerability is kind of what we're meant for. Otherwise, we're fooling ourselves. So, more to come on that, but I like to do this song, which, so initially when I kind of spiraled down, I didn't play the piano or any music for a couple months. I mean, I would try and I would just sit down and just start crying because I felt nothing and it felt like it was gone forever, which is a symptom of depression. It just feels very permanent and hopeless. And so I would just sit there and just think, you know, whoever I was is gone. And but then as I got to feel better, I quickly started writing songs again, but still was not in a fully healthy place, because I remember writing, I think it was this one, and just thinking, like, this is great that I'm doing something besides lying on the couch with just hopeless thoughts. But yet I thought, I don't know why I'm writing this, because I'm probably never going to be singing for people again. So it was kind of the gradual coming out of that pit. So I'm glad to be able to share it with you today. This is called Carry Me, Jesus. Please take this weight off my shoulders. All that I'm doing is weighing me down. I thought I was strong. Those days are over, and I got nothing left to offer you now. But please take this weight, what I would give to be free of sorrow, to never be lonely, even when I'm alone, to not have such worry about tomorrow. Feels like my hope is gone. Carry me, Jesus. Carry me, Jesus. and the mercy and grace that came from your death. Carry me, Jesus. Carry me, Jesus. Help me to wait and teach me to trust. Lead me to rest. Help me to wait on you and teach me to trust in you. Lead me to rest. Lead me to rest. To rest in your truth. Carry me, Jesus. Carry me, Jesus. Bury me deep in the mercy and grace that came from your death. Carry me, Jesus. Carry me, Jesus. Help me to wait and teach me to trust. Lead me to rest. So if there are times life seems so easy, I start to forget that I'm lost on my own. From selfish pride, Lord, please release me. I know I need your love. Carry me, Jesus. Lead me to rest. I was just thinking during that was, yeah, that chorus, help me to wait, teach me to trust, and lead me to rest. That was my prayer through that, because it felt like forever, trying to figure out what was going on, and teach me to trust. Because, man, my feelings felt so true, and they were not. And that's the people reminded me of that during it, that things are true sometimes whether you feel it or not, but in that kind of a state, it's just hard to see anything differently. And then lead me to rest was just, yeah, that's a state that I don't want to be in again, but if the Lord sees it fit, then I hope it just causes me to lean into Him. So those were my prayers. All right, well, this is another one off of the G album, the only song that I had actually written before my depression. I wrote it actually a week before my brother died, which was odd, just the timing. And again, I mentioned it was unexpected. And it was different than most songs that I had written up to that point. And I remember when I wrote it, just thinking like, I don't know exactly where that came from, or I didn't feel like it was autobiographical. Well, it is, but yet it wasn't like, oh, that was something that I felt like I was living right then. And it obviously wasn't specifically about my brother at the time, but it kind of was a gift afterward from the Lord, just whether it's about Him or myself. I think that God was just giving me a little gift before that, because after that happened, I also didn't write songs for a while. I was playing music, but wasn't really writing, and so this was a good one to hold on to. This is called My Savior's Arms. Jesus, I am here alone, heavy, with my heart of stone. Hear me from your heavenly throne, from your heavenly throne. Draw near in the valley of my sorrow, in the lonely heart of man, in the fear that comes with every passing storm. Give me strength to face tomorrow, give me faith to understand I am always in the safety of my Savior's arms. Sometimes I am so confused, wondering what you plan to do. Help me put my trust in you, put my trust in you, oh Lord. In the valley of my sorrow, in the lonely heart of man, in the fear that comes with every passing storm. Give me strength to face tomorrow, give me faith to understand I am always in the safety of my Savior's arms. In my Savior's arms, I am not afraid. There is no more guilt, there is no more shame. All my heart knows now is His perfect love in the safety of my Savior's arms. In my Savior's arms, I am not afraid. There is no more guilt, there is no more shame. All my heart knows now is His perfect love in the safety of my Savior's arms. In the valley of my sorrow, in the lonely heart of man, in the fear that comes with every passing storm. Give me strength to face tomorrow, give me faith to understand I am always in the safety of my Savior's arms. I am always in the safety of my Savior's arms. I am always in the safety of my Savior's arms. Thank you. So, don't feel like you have to say anything, but I'm keeping this like a living room concert. Everybody get any questions, concerns, thoughts, requests? I feel like, I know that's not typically something maybe that you'd say at a concert on stage, but this is just how I do it, I guess. So, just want to check in with you. Everybody good? I can't totally see you, but just in case. I know a lot of you probably have never heard my songs, but for anyone that was here that had a certain song they wanted to hear, I'm probably just got a couple more, so wanted to work that in if that's the case, but otherwise. Sorry? How many songs have I made? I've written, I don't know the exact number, but I would say maybe maybe 300, but I've recorded probably like 100 and a little over 100 of them on CDs. Yeah, some of the ones I've written are not worth recording, but sometimes you gotta write the bad ones to get to the good ones that's what they say in the industry. Thanks for the question. Anybody else? Just checking. Oh, there we go. Yes. Just in case anyone didn't hear, she asked if I have a song that I'm going to do at my wedding that I wrote. As of right now, no. I'm actually going to lead a couple. We're going to do a couple hymns. "Ode to Joy," "Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee," and "All the Way My Savior Leads Me." So I'll do that on the piano and lead this congregation. Something a little different. She'll come with me, kind of by the piano. But no, as of right now, I think I might read. So now that I have a girlfriend, I've been writing poems, which, I realize songs are kind of like poems, but it's a little different. So it's actually been surprisingly, I don't know. It's something I can do while I drive, which it's hard to, I have heard of people that will have a little guitar and try to play and write songs while they're driving, which is not a good idea. But for me, poetry has been a kind of a fun outlet. I'm thinking about maybe reciting a poem, but that would be a surprise, and I guess this is being recorded and possibly other people will hear it, so maybe it's not a surprise anymore. How long have I been writing songs? It's kind of since I started playing guitar, which was my sophomore year of high school. So yeah, I quickly started writing, and I couldn't even explain how that's happened. I just was playing the guitar, and I thought I was learning other songs like Paul Simon and Bob Dylan and those kind of songs, but pretty quickly. And at the time, I just wanted to write stuff that was cool. It wasn't necessarily my own experience. It was just like teenage angst type stuff. This was the 90s, grunge, just like, hide it all away, no one knows why I feel this way. That was one of my lyrics, for real. So again, it's you practice it and hopefully get better. But yeah, I love writing. I think that I love performing and all of that, but probably writing lyrics would be my favorite. Just when it's clicking, when the words are kind of coming together. It's a whole lot of fun. So I'm grateful to be able to do it. Thanks for the questions. Yeah. Yes. How did I meet my fiance? We met in Nashville. She came down for a conference called Hutchmoot. I don't know. It sounds weird. Maybe someone's heard of it here. It's there's this online community called the Rabbit Room, which is like they talk about faith and creativity, and there's a lot of writers and musicians and poets and just readers and. But once a year they get together for this conference in Nashville, and just they have panels of speakers and just a way to kind of fellowship in person. And so I was playing there. I got invited to play a couple songs, and she was attending, and love was in the air. No, we hardly actually talked. We met, we crossed. I thought I knew her from somewhere else, my dreams. I didn't use that line, but I really did think I really did think that I knew her. 1 second, buddy. So yeah, I asked her, and she said, no. Actually, what she told me is that she has a generic face, which is very flattering. She is beautiful, not generic. But then we connected actually on Facebook. And then email and did the long distance thing, and it worked. So yeah, I'm grateful. I didn't expect it. Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Thanks for waiting. Want me to sing a song about faith? Oh, you did? Nice. Very cool. Faith is a gift, yeah. Yes. The writing process for that song. Yeah. Let me think. What's that? Yeah, I'm trying to shoot. I haven't played that one in a while. Well, yeah, there are plenty of my own songs that I don't know how to play, which is embarrassing, but it's just the way it goes. Let me do this song, and then I will see if I have confidence to try that one. It's a good upbeat. Boy. Yes. All right. The questions are over now. That is a dangerous thing to ask for requests because there are a lot of my own songs I don't know, but I'm 40. I mean, come on. All right, this is one off of. So I think I mentioned the HCD is almost done. It is basically done, but it's just not here. This is kind of a different style song. I thought it'd be fun to do. It's called the Train Song, and while life is constantly changing and we don't know what's around the corner, and I think it is helpful to remember that previous generations have had their own struggles, and sometimes I feel like, man, the world is so crazy, which sometimes it is, but that's been the case other times, and people have thought, how is this going to end? And thankfully we know that. But in the meanwhile, it is comforting to kind of just learn from those who've gone before and realize that each generation has struggles and scary things, but also exciting new developments and discoveries. So that's kind of where this one came from. Sitting outside of an old depot was a man in a cowboy hat, trying to catch the last train home. There was grass growing on the track. He said, I've been sitting here for 15 years since they closed the station down, but I know one of these days that train's gonna come around. It's changing, the world is changing, and we're heading where we've never been. But keep waiting, just keep waiting, and if you stay long enough, it'll all come around again. Then he looked down at my worn out shoes, saying, you ought to get them fixed, 'cause shoes like those got stories to tell, things you don't want to forget. And if you don't want to make the same mistakes you made when those shoes were new, all those stories from your past can teach you a thing or two. It's changing, the world is changing, but we should still remember where we've been. Keep waiting, just keep waiting, and if you stay long enough, it'll all come around again. So if you think things are getting worse, well, don't you try going in reverse. Keep looking up and holding on. It won't be long. It's changing, the world is changing, and we're heading where we never been. But keep waiting, just keep waiting, and if you stay long enough, it'll all come around again. Sitting outside of an old depot was a man in a cowboy hat, and as he got up to go, I heard a train coming down the track. Thank you. Thank you. really want to try this song, so I feel like you're a gracious enough audience that if it doesn't go well, we can just pretend like it didn't happen. So yeah, this is a song called "I'll Bring the Light." I'm trying to think. I don't have a specific memory of when I wrote it, but basically, yeah, just the it does tie in well with what we'll be discussing more. Just carrying, sometimes, yeah, it's hard to see the light yourself, and to carry that for somebody else is a amazing gift. And for me, during the Depression, not the Depression as in the when was it? Oh, man. Anyway, I had my parents and my now fiance and other people speaking words of truth and encouragement into my life, and I wouldn't, at the time, it didn't feel like it helped at all, but coming out of it, those things that held true and were things that I could kind of hang on to, and so I was grateful that I had people around me that were kind of carrying that and yeah, bringing the light, reminding me of what was true, even when it felt like it wasn't. So this is called "I'll Bring the Light." Hey, my friend, I think you hit the bottom. You've had brighter days, but you forgot 'em. Where you stand, they're as good as gone. Well, brother, don't give up. Just hold on. 'Cause I'll bring the light, my brother. I'll bring the light for you. Your deepest, darkest night is over. Here comes the light, it's breaking through. There's nothing wrong with calling for rescue. Well, I've been there a time or two before. But if you're like me, then pride's the thing that gets you. Brother, set it down, you don't need it anymore. Then take your open hand, start knocking on the door. 'Cause I'll bring the light, my brother. I'll bring the light for you. Your deepest, darkest night is over. Here comes the light, it's breaking through. Rain, rain, go away. Come another day. The clouds, they start to break. The light is on its way. Hey, my friends, I think we hit the bottom. I don't want to stay down here too long. We've had brighter days, but we forgot them. I don't think the light was really ever gone. So, brother, don't give up. Sister, just hold on. We'll chase away the night. We'll do it with a song. Sing, I'll bring the light, my brother. I'll bring the light for you. Your deepest, darkest night is over. Here comes the light, it's breaking through. Yeah, I bring the light, my brother. I'll bring the light for you. Your deepest, darkest night is over. Here comes the light, it's breaking through. Yeah, here comes the light, it's breaking through. Thank you. Wow. I don't think I've done that song in the last couple years, actually, which is crazy. That was somewhat autobiographical. Thanks for the reminder, Kevin. Messed up the first verse a little bit, but you know what? We all make mistakes. All right, well, I think this will be the final song. It's a sing-along, just so then we'll take a little intermission, I think, and then we'll have time for the panel afterward. And yeah, I'm here just to, I guess, speak about my experience. I'm excited to hear kind of the other panel members as well. I actually don't even know who that is, but I don't have expertise in the field, but I'm happy to share my experience. I'm yeah, grateful to be here, and hopefully it's helpful and encouraging to somebody or many people. It's something that I think should be talked about more, and the church is a great place to do that. So, all right, that's about it. I'll do this last song. I invite you to sing second time through the chorus. Again, a brief intermission. Anything else, Kevin, that we need to be aware of? Restrooms are, there he is. Have you moved? Are you going to come up afterward? Am I stealing your job right now? Okay. Okay, all right. I'll stick to the music thing. And you do what you're good at. Not that you're not good at music either. Those aren't mutually. All right. This is called Somewhere Down the Road. Thanks again for being here and for listening. And yeah, feel free to talk afterward and check out the stuff back there. Good to be in Upland, not Upland. Okay, Upland. Upland, Indiana. Here we go. It's called Somewhere Down the Road. It's so nice to be together. We could talk the whole night through. But I can't stay here forever. So I'll leave this song with you. Somewhere down the road, again we will meet. Goodbye for now. This time has been sweet. I best get my things, start moving my feet. But wherever they go, I'll see you, I know, somewhere down the road. Well, you smile when I'm arriving, and it's nice to see you too. But you're sad to see me leaving. Just remember when I do, somewhere down the road, again we will meet, again we will meet. Goodbye for now, goodbye for now. This time has been sweet, this time has been sweet. I best get my things, I best get my things. Start moving my feet, start moving my feet. Wherever they go, I'll see you, I know. Wherever they go, I'll see you, I know. Somewhere down the road. One more time. Somewhere, somewhere down the road. Again we will meet. Again we will meet. Goodbye for now. Goodbye for now. This time has been sweet. This time has been sweet. I best get my things. I best get my start moving my feet, start moving my feet. Where Wherever they go, I'll see you, I know. Wherever they go, I'll see you, I know. Somewhere down the road. Wherever they go, wherever they go, I'll see you, I know. Somewhere down the road. Thank you, Upland, Indiana.
Thanks a lot, John. Wasn't that awesome? All right. Yeah, let me grab those. I forgot that I left these on John's piano bench, but I have some CDs. So as you came in, hopefully you got a chance to fill out a little slip of paper. We're going to do a prize drawing, I think at the start of the Q&A. So if you haven't gotten a chance to fill out your information and drop it in the gray basket, either out these doors or closer to the cafe, go ahead and do that, and then we'll do the drawing at the start of the Q&A. If by chance you are not able to stick around, be sure you put your phone number and email on there, and then we'll make sure you get your prize if your name is drawn. But we've got several of John's CDs in here, including his most recent one, the Letter G EP. And then also, we have made arrangements for some people within the church to be on standby if you want some prayer. So I'm going to ask those people, if you've been picked to be a prayer representative, come on up, and then if you would like some prayer for any kind of mental health issues that you're facing right now, find one of these people, and then I believe some of them will also be available after the Q&A. But during intermission, if you need to grab one of them and have them pray for you, we would love to offer that to you as a ministry. And then, again, intermission will be about 10 or 15 minutes. Be sure you check out John's merch table out in the cafe. Support him as a independent musician who produces great art. If you need prayer, we have Carla Shanks and Jonathan and Deborah Geisler and Jacob Felger up here to pray for you. And then it's 8:15 right now, so let's do 8:30. Let's meet back in here for the Q&A session. Also, childcare. If you have been asked to help with childcare, that's going to be right across in the assembly and in the toddler nursery. We'll just hang out in that area. So Lisa and Sarah, if you're able to head over there, and if you have kids that you need to drop off, just use these doors right out through this hallway, the side doors to the assembly. So with that being said, we'll be back here at 8:30. Thank you so much. Also, one more quick announcement. If you are one of our panelists, in the next 5 or 10 minutes, if you'll meet me right outside these doors, our green room is just back through this hallway. If you're one of our panelists, meet me up here in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you.
Trust more than I should one of these nights, when I want to see the good in everyone's eyes, when I tell you that I love you, I just might. Whoa, please, baby, don't go. The world's asleep, I know we should have been many hours ago, but forget about time. If that's the only thing that's keeping you from staying by my side on one of these nights, when I trust more than I should one of these nights, when I want to see the good in everyone's eyes, when I tell you that I love you, I just might. Whoa, whoa, whoa. and watch as the world wakes up. My eyes open just enough to drive you home. But then you say, please baby, drive slow. We could find an empty road, figure out how far it goes. Let's just pretend. Even though it's getting light, it's like this night will never end. One of these nights when you trust more than you should. One of these nights when you wanna see the good in everyone's eyes. When you tell me that you love me, it seems right. Whoa. Some days I feel like giving up, running on fumes and chasing dust. But whatever I don't use will just be lost. When I look down the road, another mile's not so much. I wanna run with my grandkids. I wanna still feel young when I grow old with you. And someday if I'm not there to see it all through, well, at least they'll know I wanted to. Some days I feel like letting go, giving in to gravity and sorrow. But I know we harvest what we sow. And now when I face today, I think about tomorrow. I wanna run with my grandkids. I wanna still feel young when I grow old with you. Someday if I'm not there to see it all through, well, at least they'll know I wanted to. That's why I run, that's why I go another mile. Even now I see tomorrow in the corner of my eye. That's why I stay on this slow and steady road. No matter where it ends, you will always know that I wanna run with my grandkids. I wanna still feel young when I grow old with you. Well, someday if I'm not there to see it all through, well, at least they'll know I wanted to. And I wanna run with my grandkids. I wanna still feel young when I grow old with you. And someday if I'm not there to see it all through, well, at least they'll know I wanted to. And that's why I run.
Well, the world never stands too still. It seems like every day we're spinning somewhere else, and the sun never lights up your face the same way twice, as far as I can tell. So with each new day, what will we decide? We can't stay where we were. Love is growing or it's dying. So I love you more and more, I guess, 'cause I don't wanna love you less. And you can stand by the constant ocean, but if you watch real close, it's either coming or it's going. Even if you could reach all around it, you would find that you could never hold it. So with each new day, what will we decide? We can't stay where we were. Love is growing or it's dying. So I love you more and more, I guess, 'cause I don't wanna love you less. So with each new day, what will we decide? We can't stay where we were. Love is growing or it's dying. So I love you more and more, I guess, 'cause I don't wanna love you less. I don't wanna love you less. So help me give in to you. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you everything, everything, everything. 'Cause it's all yours anyway. It's all yours anyway. Well, I'm giving you all of me. Well, I'm giving you all of me. Well, I'm giving you all of me, all of me, all of me. 'Cause I'm all yours anyway. I'm all yours anyway. 'Cause I'm all yours anyway. I'm all yours anyway. Yeah, I'm all yours anyway. I'm all yours anyway. Well, I'm giving you everything. Jesus, I am here alone, heavy, with my heart of stone. Hear me from your heavenly throne, from your heavenly throne. Draw near in the valley of my sorrow, in the lonely heart of man, in the fear that comes with every passing storm. Give me strength to face tomorrow. Give me faith to understand. I am always in the safety of my Savior's arms. Sometimes I am so confused, wondering what you plan to do. Help me put my trust in you. I put my trust in you, oh Lord. In the valley of my sorrow, in the lonely heart of man, in the fear that comes with every passing storm. Give me strength to face tomorrow. Give me faith to understand. I am always in the safety of my Savior's arms. In my Savior's arms, I am not afraid. There is no more guilt. There is no more shame. All my heart knows now is His perfect love in the safety of my Savior's arms. In my Savior's arms, I am not afraid. There is no more guilt. There is no more shame. All my heart knows now is His perfect love in the safety of my Savior's arms. In the valley of my sorrow, in the lonely heart of man, in the fear that comes with every passing storm. Give me strength to face tomorrow. Give me faith to understand. I am always in the safety of my Savior's arms. I am always in the safety of my Savior's arms. I am always in the safety of my Savior's arms. Please take this weight off of my shoulders. All that I'm doing is weighing me down. I thought I was strong, but those days are over, and I got nothing left to offer you now. But please take this weight. What I would give to be free of sorrow,
Check.
to never be.
Are you trying to bring him closer? Yes. And I should have said that prior to the concert, because, you know, John's used to living rooms. He's used to people, you know, hanging out on sectionals and around a coffee table. And with the stage lights, it's kind of hard to feel, to get that intimate feel. So glad you guys could stick around. I don't know how many are out in the hallways, but we'll buy a moment or two. I see Sarah coming up right now. Are these all the names combined into one basket? Awesome. We have some drawings here. And Dan, if you will hold up the prizes here, we're going to draw some names and see who wins some of John's CDs. Did you guys enjoy John's music? Raise your hand if you have heard of John Troast before. I know there's not very many. Okay, pretty much just my family members, because he played at our house about 6 years ago. So it's always good to, you know, introduce his music to a new group of people. So for these lucky winners, you guys will get some CDs to take home and continue listening to his music. So first up, Dan, give us an album. Pick one and hold it up. G has been the featured album. This is his newest release. And Jeff Carney. Jeff Carney. Is Jeff here? All right, come on up and get that, Jeff. All right, our next winner is, let's see, Ann, I'm going to try to say this right, Ackerman, Ann, right over there. Oh, great.